Hello guys, and welcome to a new Wargame video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have another post commentary for you. This is the second of 3 games that myself, Valh, Bubblebox and Silverraptor played against each other. In the last video you saw the first one, and this is the second. You can see we've switched the teams around a bit. Val's going to be playing with Bubblebox, and I'm going to be playing with Silverraptor in this one. And we are trying out our all Dutch decks again. So all of the units in this game will be the Dutch from the latest expansion DLC. So that's basically something. We've got a Hop and Glory match for you. That is the map. And we are going to be playing Conquest this time round for a 500-point victory condition. So I'm playing on the red side in this one, and as you can see I've already started to place down some heavy units at the start. I'm just going to quickly speed up the deployment so that we can see what sort of units we are working with. So I'm continuing to bolster up this left side here. I've got the 2 Leopard 2A5s, I've got the Leopard Recon, I've got 2 Eyehawk Pip 1s, the Cheetah PRTL A1, which is basically the Gepard. I've got the YP408 PWI, I think with Corpse Mariner, and a M113 CNV 25mm recon vehicle. I've got the BO105CB recon helicopter. Silverraptor's got an AH-64TD, which is the Hellfire missile Apache. Then we have 4 units of YP408 PWIs with Verplug in them, which are really good area of denial units. So they have the Super Dragon HGM, they can take out infantry, they can take out APCs and tanks if they get side shots, because they do have a reasonable amount of AP. Silverraptor's going for a recon tank on the right here, a recon armoured vehicle. He's also got his command unit, which he's going to use to capture Juliet, because obviously capturing sectors in this game mode is pretty important. It's completely different to the last game where we played for total destruction, which is all about killing the opponent's units. But in this time round, we're going specifically for the points. But I'm keeping my command unit back, and over on this left side, I'm planning to attack Golf. So if we head it to my point of view, you can see what we're planning to do. So I'm planning to go to Golf and go to Foxtrot with those 4 units of infantry there. And Silverraptor is basically going to take the right. Although he doesn't necessarily start with that much of an impressive force, he takes 3 units of infrared AA to support his recon units there and his command. And then he has his 1 helicopter just here. So not too much of a heavy start for Silverraptor, but myself with my 2 2A5s, I thought I would have a good chance of contesting Golf quite nicely. So my BO105CB is heading to the front to try and recon what kind of units are coming our way. And just as he meets this mountain, you will see we start to discover a helicopter rush. So Bubblebox has chosen to go for what is now the Dutch helicopter rush, with the escorts leading the charge. Those escorts are incredibly powerful with that 30mm autocannon and the Hydra rockets. And then he's got the AB-204B transport helicopters with all of his infantry. Silver's coming already with 2 F-16A Block 5s with the 4 500kg bombs, but he drops his bombs quite a bit short, and that was really disappointing. If that bombing strike had landed on target, just where all of these had landed, that would have been devastating for Bubblebox. Either way, this AH-64TD is approaching my BO-105CB, and it will do a lot of damage to that recon helicopter. Val's trying to fire position the escort onto the AH-64TD, and my YP-408 PWI with the Corpse Mariner gets sniped by the Hellfire missile of that AH-64TD. But my Eyehawk Pip 1 is on the case and does shoot down that expensive helicopter. Also, Silverraptor's picking up his own Apache there with the 2 F-16A Block 1s, so he's invested a lot into his Air Force at the start, and he's continuing his push round on the right towards Echo, since there is no resistance on that side. So now I've decided to bring up my YP408 PWIs into these like hedgerows on the right side. I didn't want to push all the way into Foxtrot at the start due to those escorts being there and being very strong. But as you can see already, the blue side, Bubblebox and Valh, are on a +4 lead in this Conquest game already, which is not very good at all. My troops have got stuck basically down here because of the Apache threat, and I'm not entirely sure what's on the other side of this mountain at the moment in terms of helicopters, because my recon, it can't really be in the right place at the moment. Either way, we discover some Corpse Marinier briefly, and we do send a volley of ATGMs towards them, but there is no way that I'm going to be able to challenge those with the Verplug, so I decide basically to get the Verplug into cover and basically tell them to remain there for the rest of the game to try and snipe or get rid of any reinforcements heading towards the town. You can see this APC here is going to get hit by one ATGM and blown up by my Verplug. It does manage to shoot down that helicopter though, unfortunately. So I'm in a bit of a predicament. I have all heavy forces, no infantry, other than this YP408 PWI with the KCT squad. That is the only thing really stopping them from running through Foxtrot towards my forces. Silverraptor's making a big push now towards Delta, but that's being fended off by some Verplug of our enemies. So those APCs are being forced to drop off their infantry early, and now the Sturmtruppen are going to be caught out in the open against APCs and those ATGMs. So all of the enemy troops opening up now. You've got 2 units of Verplug, you've got the Recon Leopard, you've got the YP408 PWI, which is out of range of the AT weapons. And that's basically putting a lot of hurt onto the Sturmtruppen, who basically can't do anything. They are left out in the open, and now the helicopters are going to come here and destroy that push, because there isn't any close range anti-air to deal with that. So as you can see, my HGMs here are having a field day on these APCs. We managed to get 1 unit of Sturmtruppen into the town there, but as you can see, the rest left out in the open are going to get absolutely chewed apart by all these helicopters that originally dropped off the infantry, and of course your standard escorts there with the Hydra rockets. So all those Sturmtruppen gone just like that. My KCT is making an advance into Foxtrot. I'm trying to take care of a couple of these APCs with the Carl Gustav AT weapon. So that was a nice little push there, kind of paid off that squad quickly, but now I'm deciding to push into Gulf. Since all of the helicopters have appeared on this right side, I presume it's safe to attack into Gulf. I've also brought up some spare anti-air to head to Gulf as well, because originally I pressed the rest of my HGMs or my AA towards Foxtrot to stop the initial rush, but that meant that I did have to pay for more to help the push on this left side. So some Sturmtruppen getting in our way with the help of the armoured APC there and my 2 2A5s. We take care of that infantry squad very easily, and I push my way into Gulf quite convincingly. Now I do have these couple of YP408 PWIs waiting to push on to Foxtrot. I believe that's Corpse Marinier in those. And unfortunately Silverraptor lost all of his troops pushing into Delta. So now we're in a bit of a predicament, because we are 300 points behind. We have no points on the board, and they still have a +3 lead. So what can we do about this? Well, basically we have to get Foxtrot back one way or another, or I have to push through Gulf to Charlie, or whatever, something like that. Something dramatic has to happen in this game, otherwise we've already lost. And I've decided to get my infantry command up into Gulf, because I think that I can decap it from them and capture it ourselves. So that's what I was planning to do on that left side. I've got a couple of cargo helicopters coming in to resupply my Hawk Pips here with some missiles and fuel. And then Silverraptor's doing his rounds with his Block 1 still. So my Corpse Marinier now pushing up against some enemy APCs at the moment. My Leopard 2A5s are now making the push towards the enemy as well. I can't necessarily identify what I'm fighting against, but I know that is a heavy tank. And I know that there are some APCs on this right side here. That being an infantry squad there. Going to take a little bit more to kill. So I'm bringing up the cheetah to maybe help myself kill that a bit quicker. Some really nice mortars coming in from Bubblebox as usual to try and stun or worry my Kurzmarinere as they approach the enemy infantry, but with them being dug in, it's going to be extremely hard for me to press into that town from that position. Now I spotted a helicopter briefly on this left side now, so I'm pushing forward as my cheetah first, and then I'm following it up with the Leopard 2A5s as the enemy units reveal themselves. You can see my second lot of Kurzmarinere joining in now, trying to push down onto the Sturmtruppen. Lance does come in to try and panic all of this infantry that's trying to defend. Didn't manage to drop out my Kurzmarinere in time because I was also focusing on this left side where my Leopard 2A5s are pushing. So that does leave my Kurzmarinere very low on health, and that was definitely a massive mistake from me. But unfortunately nothing I could do about that after the fact. And my YP408's actually providing quite a nice amount of fire support. These Block 5s though did come in and drop some nice bombing strikes to panic them even more. But either way, my Leopard 2A5s have made a lot of ground on this left side. I've managed to pick off quite a nice amount of forces, and these APCs out in the open are being picked off as well. So I've got my YP408 PWI with the command infantry coming into Gulf, and I'm getting another command infantry squad to come into Foxtrot as soon as possible, because at the moment it's kind of dire. We are a +4 disadvantage, 446 points for the enemy, and with just a few ticks we're going to lose. So an AH-64 TD coming up again, tried to take out my Leopard 2A5. I reversed the 2A5 as quickly as possible, and the cheetah managed to take down the helicopter. So a nice trade there, but it's not about points this time around, it's about capturing the sectors. And unfortunately, we haven't managed to do so enough just yet. So I've managed to get Gulf under our control. They've managed to capture Foxtrot now, which is terrible, because it's going to maintain their massive lead. That F-16A MLU does go down to 2 Block 1s. That second Block 1, though, I think just about gets out of there. I have no idea how. Okay, never mind. It does go down to the enemy cheetahs. But Silverraptor is finally making some ground. He's decided to go for a last-ditch effort with this YP408 to sort of stem some of the income that's coming from the enemy command, but some Kurzmarinere are on the case and they will take out that command unit. And with that and a couple more ticks, the enemy have won the game. So an incredibly exciting game. We did manage to take out their command unit at the backside of Foxtrot there just before the end of the game, but it wasn't good enough for us to turn it round. And with 10 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock, we lose the game, which was, you know, anticlimactic to say the least, but definitely an exciting game to watch. And we just didn't really play it very well. And going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the game, I was surprised how versatile the Dutch can be. You saw Bubblebox use a helicopter rush with the Dutch, which was something I was completely caught out by. They can bring in some decent infantry in those helicopters, and supported by the escorts, they can be very good. Obviously, they know that we don't have any infrared helicopters that are going to counter that. No Celtics, no Z9As, because we're not playing Chinese, obviously. So it was pretty obvious that there was no way or no real counter to a helicopter push other than us throwing escorts back in their direction. But either way, it was very well played by them for identifying that weakness from us. Now, I still managed to actually end the game with a positive kill death, which was quite interesting. I've got 880 kills to 495 losses, which in a 10-minute game isn't too bad. But yeah, I think it was just this Leopards. The Leopards did amazing on that left side. We managed to kill a 2A1 there, and also a lot of infantry and APCs. The cheetah here managed to shoot down an escort, a TD, a Block 150 CU. So yeah, there was a lot of nice kills on my side. of things. This Hawk Pip also getting a TD. So I've shot down a lot of expensive units from Valh, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter because it was a conquest game and they took the advantage early on and rolled with it. And I was very astounded as to how well Bubblebox played that in the center there. He really caught us off guard, and that meant we lost the day. So either way, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed that short but sweet but hopefully quite exciting game, and I will hope to see you in the next one. There is one more game of these Dutch versus Dutch to go, so you can look forward to that, and I believe that the last game is quite a good one as well. So all of these games were very enjoyable to play, and make sure you check out Bubblebox's and Silverraptor's channels. They will have the live perspectives of these games. I had to postcon them because of my audio issues, but there we go. There you have it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.